Welcome back to Reset, your 30-day reset for January. Or maybe you're just using this as a 30-day practice. However you want to use it, it's going to be just right for you. And today, our practice is going to be on stability and balance and finding steadiness through mindful movement. Always, this is a gentle approach. And the last few series that we're doing within this week period is really building your foundation, building your foundation. So let's just take a moment to settle and connect to your breath, always tapping in to yourself. So making yourself comfortable, whether you're on your knees or in a seated position. And just connect to the breath. So taking 4 to 5 slow, nice, easy, deep breath. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling out. Let's do that a few times. Breathing in. One more. Deep belly breath. So making your way onto your hands and knees, coming onto tabletop. And let's just move the hips and the spine in one direction. Nice and fluid, moving, relaxing your neck a little bit. Just releasing some of the stiffness in your hips, your back, your spine, your neck, and your shoulders. And pause to the center and let's go the other direction. So we're going to build slowly, grounding down through standing poses in today's practice. Taking your time. There's never any rush. If you always need to pause in between, then you pause. Coming back, let's do a few cat and cow, dropping down, lifting the hips up, open up the chest, breathe in, and exhale, push and ground through the hands and the knees. Coming back to neutral spine, tucking your toes underneath, and coming into downward dog. Keep your knees bent and lengthen into the spine, and slowly alternate one heel down, stretching out the back of the hamstrings. Don't worry if your heels don't touch. Just try to keep lengthening in the spine, pushing, grounding through the hands. And pause here for another couple of breaths if you can. If you want to bring your knees down, you always can. Looking up to the front, you're going to walk your feet towards the front with your hands next to you. Bow forward, bend the knees, soften into the belly, and grab your elbows. So right here, we're starting to build the foundation,
through your standing pose. Feet are parallel to each other. Relax the neck, the upper body, and then maybe slowly start to straighten out a little bit back in the knees, not completely, as you're warming up the back of the hamstrings. One more breath. Releasing the arms, and then slowly uncurl the spine one vertebra at a time. Coming up to mountain pose and roll the shoulders back a few times. And maybe just sort of swing side to side, loosen up. And pause here for a moment in mountain. Lengthen up through the front body. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears and connect into the breath. Feeling that support beneath your feet. On your next in-breath, inhale, rise up the arms, and then exhale, bend your knees, and we're going to come into chair. Bring your hands up to the side and lengthen the spine. Draw your fingertips up. Keep those inner thighs engaged. And on your next breath, inhale, rise up and step back into warrior two. Taking a look, just check to make sure that your heel is matching the back arch of your foot and you have a nice wide enough stance, ankle to wrist. Try to stay into your center. Feeling that grounded support, such a strong pose to hold. Now you're going to pivot the back of your foot coming into warrior one. Hips should be facing the front. Maybe step up a little bit the back foot. Pushing the outer edge of the right heel down and come back to the breath. Always keeping this simple. Now we're stepping into warrior three. If you have not done warrior three before, lift the back of the heel up and then maybe practice lifting the back leg up. That might be more than enough. And try to keep the length in the spine. Setting your gaze to the front. Don't worry if you lose your balance. Always come back to it. And then stepping back to warrior one. We're going to come into half moon. So again, this is more of a practice working on your stability, your balance, right? So if you have a chair, you can grab a chair to hold on to. If you have a block, you can always pause the video. You can always use a block. The idea here is to challenge yourself just a little bit in the sense of knowing that you can take your time. So testing to see where you're at if you already have a practice. But this is good to ground down into your body. So what we do is coming into half moon, you can use the block and hold your hand to the front if you want to use, or use taking your left arm, your hand in front. And for here, some of us might just be practicing, once again, lifting that leg up. And maybe from here, this might be more than enough. And some of us might bring our arm up. And then stepping back to that warrior one, we're going to pivot the feet to the wide stance, coming into a forward bend. Just come here, stabilize into the breath. And placing your hands onto your waist. Imagine there's like this big ball in between your inner thighs. Roll your shoulders back, take a deep breath, breathe in, and come into a forward bend. You want to find that balance in the base of your feet, so not just on your heels. Some of us might have to bend our knees. So you might have to bend your knees. Let's lengthen in the spine. Breathing in, exhale, bow forward. Let's just do one more. Warming up those inner thighs and the back of the hamstrings. And come down. So depending on what degree, this is always keeping into the mindfulness of knowing what is your edge, but not pushing beyond that. Another breath. And inhale, lengthen up into the spine, bend your knees, place your hands on lower around your hips, and hug those inner thighs as you rise up. Breathe in and exhale. Stay in standing position. Pivot your right foot out to the other side. Coming back into warrior two, and we're just going to step up to the front, just as we began in mountain pose. Noticing how starting to move the body, staying open and flexible with your balance, at the same time feeling secure and stable. And just breathing into your mountain pose. And on your next breath, inhale, rise up with your arms. And exhale, bend the knees, bring your hands down, and come into chair pose. Honoring that length in the spine. Some of us might come a little higher, and just find what suits. Making sure that you feel that balance, pressure points in the base of the feet, connect to the belly breath. And inhale, rise up, bring your hands to your heart center, stepping back into warrior two. Okay. So finding that T form, they're your center, and extend your arms out, warrior two. Setting your gaze to the middle front finger. Really enjoying that state of balance. And bringing your hands to the center, pivot the back foot. You're coming into Warrior one, you might have to step up a little, the back foot a little bit up so that you can create that space in between the legs, keeping your hips to the front, and just breathe into Warrior one. So today is really about grounding yourself. Less focus on the arms, more focus on your base. I'm feeling also a good extension in your hip flexors. Coming into Warrior three. So once again, maybe lift your heel up, set your gaze in front. Take your time, engage your standing leg. You might have to practice and extend up. You can have a little bend to your knee. Another breath. And stepping back into your Warrior one. Settle in. And then getting ready for half moon. So once again, if you want, you can use a block to hold on. You're always bringing your hand a little bit forward. Another little trick that you can do is bring both the hands to the front and then practice lifting your back leg. And then from here, finding the right position that feels right for you. Keep the back leg strong, and then maybe open up your arm. Stepping back, coming back to your center, pivot your foot, and let's come back into mountain pose. So notice how it doesn't take much to get your heartbeat going as you're doing something a little bit more challenging. Now we're coming into tree pose. So taking your weight into your right leg and possibly either placing your heel onto your ankle, your calf, or above the knee. Putting the pressure of the foot onto the inner thigh. So a lot of people have trouble with this one, and that's why we warm up, move your energy so you can feel a little more secure and stable. Nothing fancy today. I just want to come down back to the basics, back to the breath. How does your body feel? Does it feel a little more settled? And slowly release. Shake it out a little bit. Shifting your weight to the other leg, your left. Lifting everything up, placing your foot onto your ankle or your calf or above the knee. Once you find the right spot for you, come back to your breath. And slowly release. Shake it out. Come back to sitting. Take a moment, maybe close your eyes. Notice any shifts that you feel. So stability is never wavering about knowing how to return, right? You just come back to where you're at, and that is your stability. And this is the space that you want to feel. And where in your life can you soften a little bit? So you'll notice how we did a few balancing poses, and I hear a lot from my clients how they're just always trying to maneuver. I can hear in their breathing and their frustration. So can you soften, being a little easier and gentle with yourself, and just maybe we have a lot of expectations more on ourselves than anybody else. So just noticing that, and trust the footing a little bit more, right? Yeah, a little bit more. So we're coming to day 11, where we're going to release into the neck and shoulders. It's very nice, simple, quick practice that you can implement anytime during the day, or stack it on to some of the videos that you're doing. Like maybe right after this, you want to work on your shoulders. It's a great way to mix things up. I'll see you tomorrow, and thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I wish you a great day or evening. Thank you.